Next on Worcester News tonight, rescues made in a 4-alarm fire Thursday night. Firefighters making quick decisions to save residents. Plus, an oak tree with a Twitter account. We show you how nature tweets in this one-of-a-kind project. But first, we begin tonight with breaking news. Good evening, I'm Brittany Schaefer. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office announcing they have made an arrest in the fatal hit and run in Sutton. The crash happened around 6 a.m. on Wednesday. 51-year-old Daniel DeLima was out for a run when police say he was struck and killed. Investigators were focused on a white SUV with passenger side damage. The district attorney confirms police arrested 39-year-old Shane Newman of Sutton. Police say it was a tireless investigation.
This investigation took place over the time frame of about the last 72 hours, and it was literally around the clock. It was pretty much seamless with regard to how these things are conducted, and I'm happy for our community that this has brought an end, and hopefully justice prevails in the case.
The DA says they received numerous tips from the public in this case. Newman is facing serious charges tonight. He'll be facing a judge on Monday. Sunny skies and temperatures in the 80s Friday, but this weekend we might not be as lucky. For more, let's send it over to meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening to you. What a beautiful day across Worcester. We actually had some sunshine after a foggy start to the day. This evening, the sunset time at 7:46, 72 degrees. Very comfortable to eat dinner outdoors and enjoy that summer sun. Overnight tonight, patchy fog settles back in. And overnight will be in the 60s. It's going to be a cool start to your day on Saturday. And in the morning, we're going to have a lot of clouds dominating too, because once the fog starts to burn off, the clouds will rise, but they may not necessarily completely move out in that sunrise time just before 6 o'clock in the morning, 64 degrees. Overnight lows in the 60s from Fitchburg to Worcester and 68 degrees in Boston. The wind from the south and east, and tomorrow afternoon will be in the 70s to low 80s across central Massachusetts. There is a chance for a thunderstorm to pop up in the heat of the afternoon too, if we can get some of the clouds to erode away. So the fog, the clouds, that will continue to be the theme, especially the next couple of mornings. And this weekend, shower chances both Saturday and Sunday. We're also turning much warmer when we could see some 90s in our 10-day.
The Massachusetts Department of Public Health confirms a human case of EEE in central Massachusetts. Mass DPH says the man is between 19 and 30 years old and lives in eastern Worcester County. This is the second human case of EEE in the state this year. The state classifies the towns of Grafton, Northbridge, Shrewsbury, Southborough, Upton, and Westborough as a critical risk. Millbury, Northborough, and Sutton are at a high risk. Mass DPH says EEE can be fatal, and symptoms include a headache, stiff neck, and low energy. Also this week, the city of Worcester announced they found West Nile virus in mosquitoes for the second time this month. 4 firefighters are back home tonight after being sent to the hospital while battling a multi-alarm fire in the city. A neighbor says she noticed the flames and did everything she could to help. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler?
Brittany, this Harrison Street triple-decker is now being boarded up. The Worcester Fire Department says it suffered severe damage, most of it at the rear porch area here. One young woman who saw it all last night says she did her best to make sure her neighbors got to safety. 16 are displaced after a 4-alarm fire on Worcester's Harrison Street Thursday night.
Main concern is, what are we going to do now from this point on?
Heidi Landaverde was in her backyard next door when she saw smoke and flames. She made the 911 call and urged her neighbors to evacuate.
So I was yelling at people to come out, and until they actually came out. So people actually started scattering around. They started jumping out of the windows.
4 firefighters went to the hospital suffering from heat and exhaustion. Deputy Chief Martin Dyer says all have been released and are doing well. Firefighters also rescued 5 residents.
Decisions that were made within seconds to make sure that those residents were rescued and out safe. It's really an amazing job.
We opened up the window, called for help. Firefighters came to put the ladder out. and we escaped through the window.
Dyer says investigations point to an electrical issue on the rear porch. He says 3 neighboring buildings were also damaged, including the Landaverdes.
So it's like melted, the siding is melted. The other side is like worse.
Heidi says she's thankful she made the 911 call when she did and is concerned about her neighbors.
What if that was me? What if something happened to me? What if something happened to some people? That's like terrible to think that somebody could get hurt.
Dyer says 3 residents were transported to the hospital last night as well. No word on their condition. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Central Massachusetts Police Departments teamed together to make a drug bust in Spencer. Spencer police, along with Auburn, Charlton, Leicester, and Southbridge, used a search warrant on Bixby Road. They found a ½ kilo of cocaine, as well as heroin, scales, and cash. Camille Rivera and Joel Serreras were arrested and facing charges including trafficking cocaine. The family of Madeline Burgess is holding a vigil Saturday to remember all of the victims of domestic violence. The 28-year-old was murdered by her ex-boyfriend in 2018. Her mother, Cindy Perla, is putting on the vigil along with the YWCA to raise awareness for the issue. The YWCA says 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men experience domestic violence in their lifetime, and their service department has a steady flow of patients needing their help.
So a vigil is never an easy event, but they're important to bring awareness to the community that domestic violence is happening. People are losing their lives to loved ones, and that at some point we as a society have to take a stance and hold perpetrators accountable.
Amanda Dabrowski, who was killed in July by her ex-boyfriend in Worcester, will also be remembered. The vigil will take place at the Oxford Common starting at 7 p.m. An oak tree in Petersham becoming an internet sensation. The tweeting tree is the first of its kind in the country and can tell its followers facts about nature, the weather, and much more. Our Aaron Keating has the details.
The Twitter handle A Witness Tree has more than 5,000 followers, and like its roots, the number is growing.
We were hoping to set up something that already exists in Europe, which is called a twittering tree. So in Europe they have a network where they have sensors installed on trees and they literally just tweet the data.
A sensor tower and mini sensors are set up around the nearly century-old red oak tree in Harvard Forest. Each sensor is transferring data back to the main research station in Petersham. Tree lab leader Tim Rademacher then works with his team to create a tweet based on the information.
Whenever a certain condition is triggered, let's say it's a really hot day today, then the thermometer will go up. That will trigger something in the code which will then pick up the message for it's a hot day today, and that will go onto Twitter.
This kind of technology is unique to the United States, and it's right here in Petersham. Rademacher says it's a great way to connect nature and humans.
There is really a disconnect between humans and nature because of technology, but that's just because of the way we use technology. And I think this is a perfect example that shows that we can actually use technology to bring the two together.
Team member Clarice Hart says when she joined the project, she wanted to give the tree a voice. The director of Outreach and Education says she wants the tweets to sound as personable as possible.
It was my job to come in and think about how the messages should work. So what should the tree say? What should its voice be like?
The tree's tweets look a lot like a person's. On July 21st, it tweeted about the warm weather, and today it's describing how it's feeling. Both Hart and Rademacher hope followers will learn more about nature and the environment from the account.
We just want ecosystems to be able to really speak to people in a way that they can hear and understand.
So what we are hoping to do here is really to make people aware what's happening outside. So, when the colors change and fall, the tree will hopefully tweet about it. And maybe somebody will walk out and be kind of, oh yeah, the colors in my garden change as well.
Rademacher says to be on a lookout for the Instagram and the Facebook account for the tree. In Petersham, Aaron Keating, Worcester News Tonight.
This story could be called "Don't Try This at Your Home." A Sturbridge man using a creative but not so safe way to kill a hornet's nest. Dave Schmeida posted this video of himself using a Roman candle to take down a hornet's nest off his home. The video then shows a photo of him using a fire extinguisher to put flames out of the same area. He captions the video, "This was not the best way to take down a hornet's nest." Powwow Worcester is back in the city for its 4th year, and this time in a new neighborhood. The Street Art Festival features artists from across the world. Our Olivia Lemon spoke with one of them today and joins us now with more. Olivia?
Brittany, artist Nick Thompson is from London. He says he's done other shows in the States before, but this is his first time doing Powwow Worcester. He takes a unique twist on characters, hoping to get a laugh out of viewers.
Fat Thor and Homer Simpson, a Transformer, and Otto. These are just some of the cartoon-based parodies from the artist Thumbs.
If it's making people laugh, then that's kind of my main concern.
The London man is in the city this week as a part of Powwow Worcester.
I've seen Powwow advertised on Instagram quite a lot. The Worcester one looked pretty cool, really intimate and kind of family orientated. And then they got in touch with me, and yeah, I was pretty stoked to come out.
Powwow Worcester is in its 4th year. It's added 116 colorful installations to the city.
We're also expanding this year to a brand new neighborhood, which we're very excited about. We believe that great public art should be everywhere throughout the city, so we have expanded to Great Brook Valley.
Co-director Lisa Drexage says they don't plan on stopping the Street Art Festival anytime soon. She says they're pleased with the impact they've made across the city.
The way we think about where to put murals is it's about some of the themes. What are we trying to say each year during the festival?
This year, Thumbs will be doing live projections in 3 different locations.
So I'll be drawing onto an iPad, and then it's going to be projected onto a wall, and people are going to watch me sort of drawing live. So it's kind of going to be like a speeded up kind of spray job kind of thing, and then afterwards it'll be projected for a couple of hours so people can come and have a look, and then it'll be taken down again.
And says while his pieces aren't permanent, he hopes to come back next year.
It's if I get invited again next year, fingers crossed, then yeah, I'll come and hopefully do some spray painting.
Again, he will be doing 3 projections across the city. He is still looking for locations. He's hoping to do them near bars or restaurants where he says there will be plenty of people. In the studio, Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Shoppers won't have to worry about the 6 1/4 sales tax in Massachusetts this weekend. The Bay State is dropping its sales tax for buyers Saturday and Sunday for purchases up to $2,500. The tax-free holiday usually comes every year, but in 2018 it was canceled. Some Worcester businesses say it's their busiest weekend of the year and offers their best sales.